Hi everyone, Lisa for the Graphics Fairy. Welcome back. Today I'm sharing my latest project with you. I'm creating a nature journal and I'm using free things that I have found on my walks. I've been going on a lot of walks lately and I always seem to come home with something in my pocket. I guess I'm a bit of a scavenger, but I'll be sharing in the next couple of videos ways to use these little finds in your journals. Today I'm working on the cover and I've just taken a piece of cardboard from the recycling bin. I've cut it to the size that I would like my journal to be, and I have created two folds which will make the spine. And you can make this any size that you want. Mine happens to be, let's see, 7 1/4 by about 6 1/2 for the front and back. And then the spine is about 1 3/4 inches. But you can make it any size you like. Just cut your cardboard to size and then create the two folds for the spine. Then you're going to need to find some paper to cover it in. Okay, so I have chosen to use this pretty green linen textured end paper. This is from the membership site. If you go to images and you click on end papers, this will come up. But you can also certainly use free images from thegraphicsfairy.com, or you could use craft paper. So just choose something and print out 2 copies for the front and the back of your journal. Once you've printed out your paper, you want to go ahead and just fold it around the front of your journal cover. And I've gone ahead and left about 1/2 inch here of the cardboard showing. I wanted that kind of two-tone look. You could also cover this with fabric if you wanted to, but I kind of just liked that neutral color of the cardboard with this pretty green. So I went ahead and just folded it over at the top and bottom, and I mitered some corners and then turned over this last flap. So I went ahead and made my folds and creased them well before doing the gluing. And I've already done the back. This will be covered with paper, so none of this will show. Okay, so now we can do the gluing. I will just go ahead and open my paper back up, and I'm using some just regular Mod Podge and a brush to apply the glue. Just get a good coat, and particularly around the edges, you'll want to make sure that you get glue. And then you can also, of course, just put some glue across the whole thing. And once you have the whole thing covered with the Mod Podge, go ahead and put your cardboard back over it and refold it. Mitered corners give you a nice crisp corner. All right. And just press that out. And again, don't be too concerned about wrinkles at this point because this will all be covered up. Okay, now that our cover is dry, I'm going to create this little center image. I have a piece of script that I printed out at a smaller size. Then I have a piece of marbled end paper, kind of a matte. And then finally, the bird label image, and this is from the stickers menu option on the membership site. Again, you can use any images that you like for this though. I'm going to go ahead and glue these together using a glue stick, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here we have all 3 of the images glued down. And I just used, again, the glue stick for that. And then we're going to create the twig frame. So just take your image and you'll want to use the largest one that you have to make the frame, and get some little sticks. And these are the things I picked up on my walk. These are probably only 1/8 of an inch in diameter, and you'll want to look for very straight ones to use for this. And then just lay them out on top of your image, something like this, and you can cut them down when you are finished, so don't worry too much about the length right now. So that looks pretty good. A hot glue gun, I'll remove the top stick and put a dot of glue on the side sticks where that top stick will go. And then just put the top stick back, press it down a little bit, and we'll do the same here at the bottom. Once your glue is dry, then you can just trim your sticks down. And I'm using a pair of old scissors for this. You could also use some pruning shears, would probably be a better choice, but I have lots of old scissors. So just leave a 1/2 inch of overhang. That looks pretty good. And now we're going to add some twine. Okay, so the glue just holds it in place so that you can then add the twine to tie it together. I like the way this little detail looks. I have here I think it's kind of a paper twine. It's very thin, and I'm just gonna cut about a 6-inch piece of that. You could also use, this is a jute twine. It's a little bit thicker, but I think that would work as well. Just whatever you have on hand, go ahead and cut about a 6-inch piece. Then we're just going to tie the frame together at the corners, and I kind of like to use a kind of a cross hatch, so I'll go around in one direction and then come back around in the opposite direction and put a little hot glue to hold it all in place, and then just cut the ends. Okay, so now I'm just going to put a little dab of hot glue on the back. I've turned it over. This is the back of the frame. And just get those ends into the glue. Pull it taut. And do that for each of the 4 corners, and just trim the ends to a very short length. And this is what it will look like from the front. Okay? Okay, so here is our finished twig frame with the little twine on the corners. Go ahead and make sure you clean off any excess hot glue, and you're ready to glue it all together on your cover. I'm going to use some Mod Podge on the back of this image. And then just center it on the front of your journal cover like this. Press it down. And then I'll use the hot glue gun to adhere the twig frame to the journal cover. I went ahead and applied a coat of Mod Podge to the top so that that will be sealed down really well. And now I'm just going to attach the twig frame. All right, so just turn your frame over and apply 4 dots of hot glue at the corners. And center it over your image. Press it down and let that dry. And here's our finished cover. I just love the way it looks. So pretty. Come back next week and I'll show you what to do with all of the other treasures that I found. Be sure to give the video a like and subscribe here at the Graphics Fairy YouTube channel. And if you would like to get notifications whenever we post a new video, be sure to hit the bell. Thanks everybody. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great week. Bye-bye.